Hey, what's up guys? Zestron here, and welcome to another episode, the second episode of Weekly Gaming News. Now, just a quick update thing about it. So last week I uploaded like on a Tuesday or something like that. I mostly did that because I hadn't uploaded in a while and wanted to get a video out. But the show I think is going to be a Friday series, so that's why I waited until Friday to record this. Well, actually it's Thursday night, but you get the point. It's going to go up on Friday. So that should be the norm going forward. So there's a lot of stories that I'm going to talk about today. Every time I saw a news story that I wanted to talk about, I just jotted it down in my phone, and I'm just going to go through them and talk about it, give my opinions on them. Again, everything's off the cuff, no script, all that stuff, you know, how I do. Also, the reason why I'm sitting where I am is I'm on my bed. And this is like, you can see the drums back there, and you've seen some of this before, but I am like 95% chance moving in like a month or so. So as you can see, I got some boxes packed. My shelves are mostly empty and stuff like that. So because I was in the middle of packing some stuff, I decided to set everything up right here. It's actually a pretty good angle and the lighting's good, so yeah. So the first story I want to talk about, well, I'm going to talk about a few Nintendo things right off the bat. And first thing I have listed here anyway is Nintendo has no plans for Virtual Console on the Switch. Now, what does that mean exactly? Well, it means that there could not just be releasing old games from past systems on the Switch like they did for Wii U and 3DS. Or it means that they are going to do that, but they're going to call them something else, which I personally think it's going to be and hope so. Because as I'll talk about later, they also detailed the online service coming September, and they announced a few things in that I think ties into this. I still hope that at some point, whatever it's called, Virtual Console or whatever it will be called, I don't care what it's called, as long as I have NES, SNES, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, DS if they can, GameCube, which I really want, and even Wii games if they can. I mean, there's motion control in the Joy-Con, so I feel like it could work on the Switch. I don't know though, but either way, I just want like previous Nintendo backlog to be able to go into the current stuff, because Nintendo's got some really great games, and especially GameCube. A lot of them are hard to find because a lot of them weren't re-released anywhere, and some of them were remastered on either Wii, not really remastered on Wii, I guess, but like in Wii U and stuff. So hopefully these types of games still come to the Switch. Now, like I said, Nintendo, they announced this back when the Switch was revealed, or that big event they had anyway, but the online service is coming in September, and they had some prices, which all of them seem pretty cheap, which is nice, so it's not as much as like Xbox Live Gold or PS Plus. But, I don't know, I think that's perfect because it doesn't feel as valuable as PS Plus or Xbox Live Gold. So as you can see, I don't know, I'll probably throw it up on the screen or not, I don't know. They got the online play, which is obvious, so I guess that means, like, if you don't have it, you can't play online, kind of like PS Plus or Gold. It's annoying, but I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about it. This is the part I was talking about with, like, Virtual Console being on Switch in a new way, because with the online service you get enjoy 20 NES games with added online play for the first time ever, and more games added regularly. So it seems like you'll get them, but only with the paid online, which, if that's true, that's dumb. And also, if it's only NES, that's also dumb. I hope that's just a feature you can get with it, but I hope they just release this game just available for purchase for everybody else. You know, anybody and everybody who wants to just buy Super Mario Bros. For the 15,000th time they can. Or when they release any other systems that can just go and buy those games when they want to. And then the last important thing is cloud saves, which people have been asking for since the Switch launched. And I saw a lot of people that are pissed that you have to pay for it. You have to do it on Xbox and PlayStation as well. So it's the same as the other consoles, so I don't see what the big deal is. I guess those things shouldn't be a paid feature, but I don't know. I don't really care. I mean, cloud saves are nice, but I don't care that I had to pay for them or not. Alright, the next story is, again, because I waited so long to actually film, kind of old, but there's a massive Wal Mart leak about a bunch of E3 games, and one of them has already been officially announced since that leak, and that's Rage 2, and I have not watched a trailer of that. I don't really care. I know the first Rage is kind of mixed in terms of its reviews and reception or whatever. I don't really care. All I know it was made by id, and this time it's being made by id and Avalanche, I guess. So that's cool. It looks more like a realistic Borderlands, I guess I hear people saying. So cool, I guess. But other games that were on that leak were like Just Cause 4, Splinter Cell, Dragon Quest II, I think they mean builders, or they could be releasing Dragon Quest II. I don't know, but Destiny Comment, which I guess is the expansion, Borderlands 3. And also, speaking of Borderlands 3, apparently Randy Pitchford, the CEO of Gearbox, came out and said that Borderlands 3 will not be at E3. So this leak may not be true at all, or maybe he's just trying to throw off people from expecting it or something. I don't really know, but I hope it's there because I really want Borderlands 3. Assassin's Creed? So I don't know what that means. It could be a new game, I guess, but I don't know if they're going to go back to annualizing it or not because, you know, they took a year off and apparently Origin's really good. Still haven't played it, but I will eventually, maybe, someday. Lego DC Villains, which I think that was already announced. I like the Lego games. They're fun. I've played a few of them, and they're really fun. Like, I like them. They're a little repetitive, but they're made for a younger audience, but they're fun to play. Easy platinums. Forza Horizon 5, which won't be surprising. Gears of War 5. I've played a little bit of Gears, but I've never really been too into them. So, yeah, but that's basically the main leaks from this. I think a lot of the other ones I showed were games already announced, so I'm not sure. But I hope some of these are true for people who care about this stuff, like Borderlands 3. I really hope comes true. I mean, because that leak came up before Rage 2 was even announced, and then Rage 2 was announced like earlier this week. So there could be some credibility to this, but although with the Randy Pitchford things and Borderlands 3 not be at E3, I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe the game won't be at E3, but they'll still announce something in the next few weeks that it's coming out. Whatever, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Speaking of E3, Ed Boon, I guess he's one of the co-creators of Mortal Kombat, and now he's head of NetherRealm Studios, the developers of Mortal Kombat and Injustice. But apparently, this is an interaction on Twitter. Someone tweeted at him saying, "It would be cool if Injustice 2 will get Fighter Pack 4 this year, 2018. And Ed Boon quoted that tweet and said, "You know what else would be cool? With a K." And everything that's supposed to be spelled with a C in Mortal Kombat is spelled with a K, because that's cool, I guess. I don't know. But it makes sense because so far the track record for NetherRealm has been, it was MK9 or MK 2011, whatever you want to call it. That came out in 2011. And then 2 years later, Injustice. Then 2 years later, MKX. Then 2 years later, Injustice 2. So, and they always were announced about a year beforehand. So if Mortal Kombat 11 gets announced at E3 this year, the music comes out next year, which keeps in line with the pattern that they seem to be going on. And since they started, because there used to be Midway, I don't know the whole story, but pretty much all the NetherRealm games starting with MK9 or just Mortal Kombat 2011, whatever you want to call it, that's been the track record. So this seems highly probable, so I'm really excited. I've liked all the new Mortal Kombats. I liked Injustice 1. I haven't played 2 yet, but I really liked MK9 and MK11. I had a few issues with them, but they're fun games, and I like playing them. So I hope this is true, and I hope it has a lot more characters, because it felt like there's a lot of characters missing in MKX. But, you know, whatever. This one is interesting. Apparently the CEO of GameStop quit or resigned after only 3 months. I guess it was personal reasons. I don't really have any much to say on this, other than I thought it was an interesting story to talk about. I know everyone hates GameStop. I don't really hate GameStop. I think people hate them because they don't give you a lot of money for trade-ins, but I never trade in games anyway, so that doesn't bother me. I'm weird. I can literally buy a game, despise it, and I won't return it. I just like having it. Like, I've bought in games that I know I didn't like, or something like, maybe I didn't know I didn't like, but I've bought in games like twice. Like, I got a bunch of games stolen from me like last year, and I rebought a bunch from them that I didn't particularly like, and a few that I platinum and probably will never play again, but I rebought them because I had them and I wanted them in my collection. I'm weird. The next story I have in my notes is information about Days Gone. Well, new information about Days Gone came out. It was the cover story of this month's Game Informer, and that game looks... I mean, I'm kind of... They say, like, you hear a lot of games journalists say it, open world fatigue, and I don't really like that term, but yeah, I definitely get it. There's a lot of games that, like, every game is going open world nowadays. Like, I'm not, like, I don't know. There needs to be more, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I don't necessarily need every game to be an open world, big, you know, sandbox, or just a whole bunch of fetch quests and stuff like that. And that gets tiring, and I don't always want to play those. And also, I know they're called freakers or something like that, but I'm tired of the zombie genre, really, unless it's like more creative, because it's always like dark and dreary, post-apocalyptic, everything's sad. It's like, I'm tired of that. Like, for example, of a good zombie trope, I guess you can call it, that I do enjoy. I like Plants vs. Zombies, for example. Like, just today, I just played like 3 hours of Plants vs. Zombie Garden Warfare 2, just because I bought it months ago and I was like, I'm bored, I'll play something. And it was really fun. But I also really like the first Plants vs. Zombies, but I don't think of it as a zombie game, because it's a weird, cartoony, fun game. But in terms of Days Gone, it's not a game that really interests me. I haven't watched any new gameplay stuff. I watched stuff that showed at E3. Game looks fine. I'm sure it'll be good. I doubt it's going to be bad. Sony has a pretty good track record. I know it's not. Sony doesn't develop the games themselves, but Bend Studio is making this, and I'm sure the game would be fine. I'm just not a game I'm interested in personally. Next story. Apparently, the Final Fantasy VII Remake is not coming out until 2023, which, yeah, that sucks. I believe this article, I didn't read the art, I just read the headline, but that's all I really, because I can assume. I've been reading up with information about this game for a while now. But anyway, so I believe it came from Destructoid. I'm not positive on that, but that's not the point. I saw this from a few other websites too. But so Final Fantasy 15 Remake was announced 2015, right? I believe so. Yeah, it was announced 2015. And it got people super hyped. But it had a big issue that I think Square Enix says a lot. They prematurely announced things. Like, they definitely did it with Kingdom Hearts 3. Final Fantasy, well, it was originally Versus 13, but that game went through development hell and was canceled and restarted as 15. And then definitely with 7 Remake, because at first it was being developed by CyberConnect 2, and then they apparently booted them and they had to restart the project. So I'm pretty much, the game has been restarted. So I completely see why it would take until 2023 to actually release, because it's probably just restarting development again and Square Enix house, like proper, in-house. And I'm sure what's going to happen is, now that Kingdom Hearts 3 is, I assume, because they say it's going to come out this year, is wrapping up production, they're going to start moving team members over to that, similar how with 15 they moved to 3 after that was wrapping up production. So, I don't know, I really hope it keeps, because it looked like it was going to have a more Kingdom Hearts Final Fantasy 15 vibe to it, which I like, because I'm not a big fan of turn-based. I have tried to play Final Fantasy VII before. I have the PS4 version. I want to try again, but I just couldn't get into it. It was just really slow, and I just don't like the turn-based really. But apparently the game's really good. The story's cool. I like Cloud as a character, in Kingdom Hearts, and he's in Smash, and I even like playing them in Dissidia NT. So I don't know. It's like both surprising and not surprising at the same time. Mostly not, and that's pretty much all I have to say about that. But I don't know. It sucks, but maybe it'll result in a better game in the end, now that Square Enix is doing it in-house proper instead of going to licensing or whatever. I don't know the term. Alright, only 2 more stories on my notes. I know there was more stuff that happened, but I either just stopped caring and writing stuff down, or I didn't want this video to be 5 hours long, so I just stopped listening to things about it. So the next one is, there's been more added on to it since I wrote this note down, but according to Emily Rogers, who's like a Nintendo insider, and I'm not related to, even though we have the same last name, apparently a Pokemon game for Switch is coming out this year. And there was more stuff in that. I don't know if it was a leak or an actual image released by the Pokemon company and or Nintendo, but apparently Pokemon Go Eevee and Pokemon Go Pikachu are coming out on Switch, and I'm not sure what those are, but then I also heard that there was a full-blown 3D open-world remake of Pokemon Yellow coming out this year for the Switch. And either way, as long as it's a proper Pokemon game for Switch, I'm getting excited. I know I said I don't like turn-based, but for some reason Pokemon is the only game I can tolerate turn-based in. But even then, it's still a little slow. But I think maybe the reason why I can tolerate more is it's more dumbed down. I don't know, but I enjoy Pokemon now and again. I haven't played a Pokemon game since, what was the Ruby remake? Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, I think they were. The 3DS remakes. So that was the last one I played, and the last actual Pokemon game I didn't even beat it. The last Pokemon game I beat, I think, was Diamond? Diamond or Pearl, I don't remember which one I played. I think it was Pearl, actually. But yeah, I can enjoy them from time to time, and I hope that this is true, because especially older Pokemon, when I actually knew all the Pokemon, really fun. So I hope this is true. And I don't know about the Go Pikachu and Go Eevee thing. It might be some kind of weird, like, I don't even know what it could be, but I don't know. It could be fun and cool too. So we'll have to see at E3, I assume. In the last story, also speaking of Nintendo, this was a leak. Apparently, Retro, who's developers from the Metroid Prime series and then the more recent Donkey Kong games, Returns and then Tropical Freeze, the game that they have been working on, because they're not working on Metroid Prime 4, but apparently the game they have been working on is Star Fox Grand Prix. So a Star Fox racing game. Okay, yeah, that seems cool, I guess. But I like more karty like racing games, and I guess this could be what it's like. Or maybe it could be like an F-Zero game, which I don't know why they don't make it F-Zero. Which I don't know. Maybe because I really don't know. But this could be cool. I'm not a huge Star Fox fan. I've played all of them. I think I've actually played... No, actually, I haven't played Zero or Guard yet. I just bought them, actually, at a old, like, retro... Like, it's like, not really retro. It's a used game store. They have all kinds of consoles and stuff there. And I got the box set that was... to both of them in there for, like, $5. So I'm like, yeah, why not? Haven't played it yet, because I haven't felt like it, and I can't play it now because I packed it all away. But also, my favorite game in that series is Adventure, because it's pretty much a really good Zelda clone. But, yeah, I don't know. This seems interesting. I like the characters of Star Fox. I'm not really a fan of the actual traditional Star Fox gameplay, though. I don't know. That's really all to say about this. And that's the last story for today. And like I said, there are some more news stories that came out through this week. I can't remember them. Actually, you know what? I'm going to talk about one last thing that I just thought off the top of my head. Tomorrow, I guess today when this goes live, or is it going on? I don't know. Around this time, there's the Kingdom Hearts 3 premiere going on. So there's going to be some new Kingdom Hearts 3 information coming out really soon. And a bunch of like popular Kingdom Hearts YouTubers like HMK, the Gamers Joint, and Skyler Wing and all those guys, they're going to go play it. So that's cool. So we'll be getting a whole bunch of new information from Kingdom Hearts 3 coming up, like over the weekend or in the following week. So that's pretty cool. And then we're going to get more stuff at E3, I assume. And then there's also an orchestra event coming up. So one of those three things, the release date's got to happen, right? So hopefully we'll get all that goodies coming out in the next few days, and I'm going to make a video about that, obviously. And so today there were some leaks showing like some screenshots, and the only main thing to take away was that I guess Wreck-It Ralph was going to be a summon, which is cool. I never saw that movie, but I've always wanted to. I should check it out one day. Anyway, so that's going to officially end this video. I know there were some other news stories that I missed. But like I said, I wanted to get the schedule actually down. It's going to be every Friday, unless something changes. So I'm just going to, pretty much every time I make a video, I'm going to start afresh and make just a note. I just go on my notes on my phone. It's like, here's a headline, here's a headline, here's a headline. Then either I'll just go off the top of the head just based off the headlines, or I'll do some research into those news articles before I film. I didn't do that today, but I might do it next time. So anyway, if you like this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and come back next Friday for Weekly Gaming News Episode 3. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Or, actually, I'll probably see you in a few days when all new Kingdom Hearts 3 news comes out. So,